Hello, folks. Welcome to another episode of Spectrum Days, where it's still basically a bunch of middle-aged men, and we sort of talk about games and stuff. Look, I'm fed up of saying that. We've got the requisite number of subscribers that's ever going to listen to us. All the people that are listening to us are the people that have already been listening to us. They're not new, so they know what we do. They know the score. They're middle-aged men like us, according to the YouTube algorithm. That's the only people that listen to us. And the one 22-year-old woman in America that listens to us, who I'm hoping she's lovely. But there we are. How are you all doing, folks? I hope you're having a good time. It's nearly Christmas as we record this, and when it gets released, it'll be even earlier to Christmas. So what are we looking at?
Well, it is. We're recording this in November, and I've just seen a Father Christmas at a shopping mall kind of place, It was an outdoor shopping mall, but yeah, I saw Father Christmas already. A grotto.
Did you go in?
No, but he was. He had like a battle cry, calling all kids, "Oh yay, oh yay! Here's Father Christmas. Spend your money." Today, no, I didn't. No. So today we're going to look at the top 30 ZX Spectrum games Christmas 1985, I believe.
Christmas of 85.
Is that right?
All of 10.
Yeah, 85. Yeah, so I would have been all of 11. To do this, we are looking actually at an old Sinclair user, Britain's best-selling computer magazine, by the way.
Apparently.
98p
in 1985.
Yeah, that's probably about £10,000 now.
And I've known about the price of magazines now.
Well, so we are looking at March 1986 Gallup Top 30. So
explain why we're looking at that one.
Well, we're looking at this one because when we looked at the previous magazines, it didn't seem to be what we wanted to cover were the top games for Christmas 1985.
The ones people probably had in their stocking of 85.
Exactly. So the ones that we know for sure were bought in that time period, right?
Christmas period, yeah.
Christmas period. So we believe by looking at March, this is when Gallup had then collated all the sales figures or whatever, and this in the March edition of the magazine is when we actually get to see the top 30 for the end of the year 1985. Hopefully we're right. If we're not, well,
that's usual for us. We usually get things exactly. Welcome to the website, YouTube channel, podcast where we get things wrong. That's kind of what we do here. So
yeah, we're a bit post-truth. We're kind of post-truth.
Let us know if we're wrong.
Yeah, we get so much wrong. We'll be called up for a Joe Rogan episode soon. Yeah. Right.
How did they build the pyramids?
I've got security clearance to talk about UFOs. Right. So here are the top 30. So let's go for it. I mean, in our normal style, what's in the top 30? Here we go.
Starting with number 30, eh?
Yeah, let's do that.
That's apparently up one. Hypersports from Imagine.
Right. So we're going to quickly, do we remember it, etc.? Yeah, this is, but you may as well buy Daley Thompson, right? Who would have bought this?
Well, Hypersport, yeah, I mean, arcade conversion, it basically. Hypersports, track and field. They were, arcade button mashing, joystick waggling, braking games. The fact that it's saying up, well, I assume that it was outside of top 30, which presumably going by what we were saying about games that sold over the Christmas period, this must have been one that crept up in there because of Christmas. Don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I had Hypersports as Chris intimated. I mean, we had the Daley Thompson's ones, which are generally a better product. And we have reviewed the Daley Thompson, Thompson Decathlon, the main original one before.
Yeah, go and check that one out. In at 29.
Gyroscope.
Again, not in at, is because it's
going
down to 29. Gyroscope by Melbourne House. I think I can remember this one. Isometric kind of. I want to say a marble, but it's not a marble. So you're controlling a gyroscope, right? And I think you just got to get from one point to the other in a kind of isometric screen maze type thing.
Yeah, I'd have to bow to your memory here. I don't particularly remember that one, but I mean, if it's spin dizzy, sort of marble madnessy, is it, or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. The Marble Madness is what it reminds me of.
Right. Okay.
Let us know if you love this one and we should play it and have a look at it. Let us know. But not one that really sticks out. Whilst the next one does stick out in memory.
Down one at 28. It's BMX Racers by Mastertronic.
Right. So this should have been going up because surely this would have been a great stocking filler. Because if it was Mastertronic, we're talking £1.99 or £2.99 max, right?
Yeah.
I love this. I think it's just one screen track racing BMXs around, and I'm pretty sure you could have more than one player on the same keyboard. I remember playing this a lot, fond memories of it. I think it was a great game, great price. Surprised that, if it was out near Christmas, I'm surprised, like I say, it didn't get more sales and wasn't climbing up the charts because it would have been a great stocking filler.
Yeah, yeah. It's one that I had. I'm pretty sure I had this on original as opposed to one of those backed up copies. I seem to remember having this on. Is this was this Oliver Twins one or something? Was this? I can't remember now. Got a funny feeling it was by Oliver Twins or something like that. Was it BMX Racers? Was it green? Was a lot of it green with sort of?
No, I kind of remember
banked ramps. Was there sort of banked ramps that you go around?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I can sort of picture it. But yeah, good one. And yeah, again, that's the second, I think, on here already. We're only 3 titles in. We've already got 2 that are probably the sort of $1.99, $2.99 range. This won't be the last one you hear from Mastertronic, that's for sure. There's quite a few others on this list.
Yeah. What's next? Down to 27. Impossible Mission.
Yeah. US Gold.
So Impossible Mission. It's not one I remember playing on the Spectrum, but I do remember it being around, probably on other platforms.
Yeah, I think we've mentioned this before in that we probably played it on the Master System because it was certainly it was the conversion or the version that was on the Master System was actually pretty good. It was a highly rated game. It had, I seem to remember, it had speech. It was quite fast. It moved well. I'm not sure I ever played it on the Spectrum, I must admit. I don't recall playing it on the Speccy. My memories of it are as a Master System game, so yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, maybe played it on there. What's next?
Up one at 26 is Computer Hits by Bo Jolly.
Bo Jolly.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I don't remember that title. I'm assuming it's a compilation thing. Does anyone remember that?
Me too.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, me too. Maybe the reason it was climbing up the charts, it was seen as a good buy if it came with a few games. But no, I've got no idea about that one. It's such a generic name as well. Computer Hits.
That probably is a Christmassy one that people would have bought because it was more than one game on it.
Yeah. What's next?
Up one at 25, Caves of Doom by Mastertronic. Mastertronic yet again. So another budget title.
Yeah, and it's not one I remember, though.
No, Caves of Doom. No, it's very generic sounding. I don't remember it.
Yeah, no, I don't remember that one. And I was a fan of the Mastertronic games, but not that one. It seems like, is it kind of Manic Miner-esque? Kind of cavern, exploring, jumping... Well, exploring some Caves of Doom, I guess.
Platformer. Yeah, I guess.
Platformer. Yeah, I guess, yeah. Well, I don't think either of us have played that one then.
No.
Yeah, maybe one to look at. Next one is a bit more famous.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, down one at 24, Beachhead 2. It says by Access/US Gold. I don't recognise the name Access.
No, neither do I. And it's a game, though, that, again, I was really aware of, but I don't think I really played that either. Sorry.
Well, I know I had Beachhead, the first one. I think Beachhead 2 would be one of those ones I'd need to see it to remember whether I played it or not. Like, all I'm picturing is Beachhead. I can't remember whether the other things I'm picturing are Beachhead 2 or not, if you see what I mean. I'd need to see it. I think. I just can't quite remember.
Was it
Again,
good?
it was 10. Beachhead was good. Yeah, Beachhead, I think it was just sort of had different, I suppose nowadays you call it mini games. It had different sections within it, totally different types of gameplay within it. But yeah, Beachhead 2, don't remember.
Yeah, I've only got vague memories of Beachhead. Next one, though.
Ooh, down one at 23. International Karate by System 3. Good old System 3.
Yeah, so although I say that one, but really it's
you're thinking of Plus, aren't you?
I'm thinking of Plus. IK Plus that I played a lot on a friend's Commodore 64, and then on the Amiga, 3-player, three martial artists on the screen, and when you could do the split jumps and knock out the other two players at the same time was amazing. That was a great
feeling. Yeah, you'd always try it, but it rarely worked. But when it did,
and you could do that kind of like you sort of jump as if you're going to do a flying kick, but you sort of like a twitchy little jump without pulling off the whole flying kick.
IK Plus. So, were you really playing that on the Spectrum, or were you playing not?
No. On a friend, I'm pretty sure on a friend's Commodore 64, and then on the Amiga.
I was going to say, I say IK Plus. I'm not even sure I played the IK Plus on the Speccy. I got a feeling that was later on.
What did it even come out? And I don't even know if I played IK International Karate. That's interesting. Maybe we should do an in-depth documentary style podcast series on the history of international karate.
Well, yeah, perhaps we should. Actually, it'd be interesting to see that actually. Now we do actually have Amigas. We have now both. We have taken the plunge and have bought the Amiga Minis.
Yeah,
we could look at that. I mean, I'd be interested. Actually, everybody below in the comments, please do let us know what Amiga stuff we should look at for it. There's just so much on there. We're having trouble picking anything, but we might have just picked it actually by looking at IK Plus.
Yeah, because we could also play IK International Karate because I've got no memory of it, so that'd be interesting.
We must have been drinking a lot in the 80s to not.
It could also be that we were probably practicing headers at football, and we all had concussion. Yeah. Well, or even at school. Probably your school PE, your PE teacher forced you to practice 10 minutes of heading the ball. Which would have been a wet, soggy leather football, yeah.
We couldn't afford a ball. We used to have to hit our heads on the wall.
I got hit in the head with a cricket ball as well once.
I can actually tell.
No helmets. Of course, no helmets those days.
I got whacked in the mouth with a hockey stick.
Yeah, got hit. Yeah, I got
knocked out my
bloody
tooth.
Nose. I had a bloody nose. Oh, you chipped a tooth, did you?
Yeah, knocked a tooth out.
No way.
Yeah, I had to go to the dentist. Yeah, I remember parents came, took me to the dentist. Yeah, luckily it wasn't an adult tooth, thankfully.
Oh,
but yeah, in the front tooth, bang, gone. Blood everywhere. Yeah.
Wow, those are the days, eh?
Those were the days.
Those were the days.
Chicks dig scars. Apparently.
So up to 26, we've got computer hits. No, wait a minute. Sorry.
What's wrong with you?
No, sorry. I'm looking at the wrong.
Move the screen down. Move the screen down, man.
Edit that.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
No, don't edit it. It makes him look stupid. Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah, that's better. Where were we?
Up to 22.
Up 1 to 22. Okay. Well, we don't know if it went up 1, do we? Arcade
It
Hall of
says up
Fame.
one. We'll do it. It's up one. Up one. Up
So,
one. Arcade Hall of Fame by US Gold.
yeah.
I'm assuming this is some arcade hits compilation thing.
Yes.
Which I don't remember either.
Didn't we look at... Weren't we talking about this?
We might have done.
And then,
Arcade
I mean,
Hall
not
of
online. Well, video.
Is it? I bet it's arcade games that you don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Worm
Who
Wizard
cares?
6.
Who
Car
cares?
Chase 7.
Who cares? On to the next one.
Up one at 21. It's Winter Sports from Electric Dreams. Winter Sports.
Right, Winter Sports. I mean, makes sense maybe that this was getting good sales in December.
Yeah, I suppose.
Electric Dreams, but it doesn't sound like a good one. You know what I mean?
Winter Sports. It's not a game I remember. No, Winter Sports. No, I don't remember buying it. Electric Dreams. I'm not even sure I remember the publisher. Electric Dreams.
No. Of course, there's someone screaming at their phone. Of course, there's someone screaming at their phone or whatever now, saying, "No, that was the best Winter Sports game ever in the 8-bit era." But I can't remember.
Everyone had it.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember it. It's the drinking the football.
20 then.
Up one at 20. Yeah. Now Games 2 from Virgin. Assuming another compilation. There's a lot of compilations on here.
Yeah.
But they were good value, weren't they? I mean, I did have a few of the compilation things.
Can you remember then?
I seem to remember a US Gold compilation.
What? Arcade
We
Hall
Are
of
the
Fame?
Champions. That was a compilation. Arcade Hall of Fame. No, not that one, no.
Can you remember? Was it just like a fairly large box with various tapes in, or was it just one tape that you had to find?
Yeah.
Was it one tape?
You might have more
and you have to
than
like find in between the games.
No, the compilations that I had usually were multi tape. Yeah, they were big boxes. Yeah.
Makes sense.
I had at least 2 or 3 of the big compilation ones, and the charity one, the sort of Live Aid, Soft Aid charity one. I remember having that, and I had a few of them, but I don't remember Now Games 2, which is presumably based on the Now That's What I Call Music type thing that presumably was starting around then.
Yeah.
Don't remember it.
Yep. No, don't remember that exact one, no. So down to number 19, we have Robin of the Wood by Odin.
Yeah, Robin of the Wood. I remember a couple of Robin Hood games. I couldn't tell you whether this is the one I can remember. I think the one I remember might have been called Super Robin Hood, which I don't think was by Odin. That might have been Mastertronic Super Robin Hood. I can't remember
this
now.
Is plain Robin. And was it Robin of the Wood? It was. I mean, there's no copyright. There's no IP kind of thing on Robin Hood, right?
No.
Robin of the Wood. Robin of the Wood.
No, funny. I don't specifically remember that one. I do remember the next one.
You gone. You do it. You better.
Okay, up one to number 18, Action Biker by Mastertronic, which is, I don't know why, I think its full title is Clumsy Colin.
Biker.
And that was the KP Skips sort of character, the promotional character, Clumsy Colin. Whether there was a thing to get it with the crisps and you could send off 20 packets, or I don't know, or it was just they just liked the character from the adverts and made a game out of it. I can't remember, but I did have it, and I remember there was quite a buzz around it. It was one of the first times you had a sort of character from a food or beverage that was pushed, and they made a game out of. I remember it being one of the sort of earlier games like that, but I actually can't remember the game particularly. I just remember the character and having the game. I got a feeling there might have been an advert. There might have been a TV advert for it. But anyway, there we are. Can't remember the game. It was probably rubbish.
Did you have a packet of crisps every night before going to bed?
No, you did.
Yeah, I think I might have done.
And a bit of cheese.
Yeah, a little bit of cheese in. Open the bag, drop a bit of cheese in.
You put the cheese in the packet of crisps?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, where else are you going to hold it? You can't hold... Otherwise, you've got your bag in one hand, piece of cheese in the other hand. Then with the other fingers, you'd have to get the crisps out.
Is this
store
why
your
you're
cheese
overweight and
in the
got
bag.
terrible teeth? I mean, the calories and what was that doing to your teeth?
Well, we used to have we used to have like a double-decker or some sort of chocolate bar every day as well. Amazing.
What?
Yeah, Mum would have it like waiting on going from school.
Here's
Start
a
loading the game
double-decker.
Start loading the game on the Spectrum. Whilst you're eating a double-decker. Yeah.
Wow. I say such a good job that this is not video, isn't it? People would be horrified if they saw us.
Yeah. Go on then.
Did you know I had a message? I had a message. The Crash event was just on. I hope some of you listening will manage to get yourselves along to the Crash event. That sounds awful. It sounds like an event where you go and watch snuff movies of people crashing, but it's not. It's the computer thing Crash, not the magazine type thing Crash. Anyway, someone just emailed us on our email account and said, "Oh, it was nice to see you. Nice to talk to you at the bar." Blah 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 blah.
Really?
Yeah. I said, no, I actually didn't make it. I didn't make it. I hope you had a nice time. No, I was there with Clive Townsend, and we were talking to you at the bar. This guy was insistent that he was talking to Clive Townsend and me at the bar at the Crash event. It's like, no, you didn't.
Someone masquerading as you.
Well, I assume.
Clive Townsend was there as well.
Yeah.
He started talking about West Country Ninjas.
It must have been.
And the bloke just went along with it. Yeah, I'm Phil from Spectrum.
So yeah, unless someone was impersonating me, yeah, going like, yeah,
that was brilliant.
That's hilarious, isn't it? Well, there we are. I don't have to go now because I've got my people. My people go for me.
Double gang. If we ever do the videos, we should just wear masks so no one will know. Like the blokes from Daft Punk or
I was just going to say Daft Punk.
MF Doom. Do you know MF Doom? He's sadly no longer with us.
Or Alternate.
But, yeah, he was like the hip hop rapper. He had a Doom from the Marvel series kind of mask, and apparently he did sometimes send other people to do the live concerts.
No.
Yeah. It's like, this bloke was lip syncing. You couldn't even tell he's lip syncing because the mask could more or less cover his lips, I suppose. And
can't you hear the difference though?
I don't know. Like I said, it was just back in tapes. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I got the story wrong, but yeah.
If we're going
there you go.
West
You've been
Country
impersonated.
Ninja, we just wear ninja outfits. No one will know who we
are. Exactly. Maybe it was a ninja. Someone dressed as a ninja.
Talking to Clive Townsend, that would be weird.
Yeah. Saboteur. a Durrell employee.
Durrell.
Yeah. Go on, where are we? 17, I believe.
16, 17. No, 17. One. 17 is
17.
Gunfright by Ultimate. First appearance from Ultimate.
No idea. It's by Ultimate.
Gunfright.
It's probably an isometric like maze game or something.
Gunfright. No, don't remember it. Next. Down 1, in fact.
Well, we don't
Maybe.
Know we don't know if it's down 1. It doesn't say. It's just down.
It's just down.
It was probably first.
Which is interesting because it's been up for flipping ages. It's finally on its way out. At number 16's Way of the Exploding Fist by Melbourne House.
Brilliant.
What a game.
Brilliant. Yeah, we've got a full episode dedicated to Way of the Exploding Fist. Check that one out. Still better than any version of Mortal Kombat. Really.
Oh, it is. It's up there with Street Fighter, really.
Yeah.
And another classic from Melbourne House. Melbourne House, they made a lot of classics, didn't they, on the Speccy Melbourne House?
Yeah.
Really
brilliant game. Loved it. Yeah, loved that.
We talked about that one enough.
Yeah. Go and listen to an episode about it. But it's still interesting to look at it today.
Behind it.
Yeah. So up though, 15 Finders Keepers by Mastertronic.
I think this is another platformy jump around looking for stuff type one. I have vague memories of it, but I can't really remember more than that. Just vague feeling. Finders Keepers.
Yeah, I mean, I have. You may have heard my keys tapping in the background. I have looked at it. This isn't from my memory because, I got a feeling about it, but I couldn't remember what it looked like. And I now seeing it, I do remember, and it is a platformer kind of thing. But it's got like a maze element too.
Okay.
And I remember the front cover. Now I see it. I'm pretty sure I had it because again, it's a Mastertronic, and that was the kind of games I could afford to buy. Or afford to buy, or nag my mum to buy down the newsagents. So no, but probably good. Mastertronic, loved it. Up 14.
Up 14, Formula One Simulator by Mastertronic yet again. So 2 Mastertronics in a row.
Well, again, these have got to be Christmas time stocking fillers, good price.
Yeah, totally. Another $1.99. Formula One Simulator. I mean, it sounds familiar, but God knows, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure you had to use a used up sellotape roll as a virtual virtual steering wheel on top of your Spectrum keyboard on this one.
That'd be it. Yeah,
I'm pretty
You're
sure.
Weird. You're the only person who remembers that.
No. Someone else validated my memory. Remember?
Sorry, one other person remembered your weird contraption. Yeah, that's right. I forgot. Okay. Down 1,
classic
13.
next.
Daley Thompson's Super Test by Ocean. I think this is the first one from Ocean, is it, in this list?
Well, I said, it is the first one. I think you're right. I did say just classic, but actually Super Test isn't so classic. I'm not so sure if I...
Yeah, that's the follow-up
because it's got some... And if I remember rightly, it's got some weird sports in it, hasn't it?
Well, there was 3, wasn't there? We've done a video on this if anyone wants to have a look. We did do Daley Thompson's Decathlon, which we all remembered, we all had and all broke joysticks to. But there was 2 follow-ups. There was Super Test and something else. I can't remember the other. Was it Champion something? Or can't remember. There was 3 of them. So I'm not sure which one this is, whether this is the second or the third one. But yeah, I did play them for the purposes of the video to get the footage. And when I played them, I realised I'd never played the follow-ups back in the day.
Yeah.
And they did have some really weird games on them. I'm probably making this up, but it's things like, I don't know, tug of war, or I can't remember. Really
something
weird
like that.
Other sort of, I think there might have been some shooting sport gun type stuff on there as well. But yeah, I mean, they were good. They were good games. I'm not surprised that's at 13. I mean, that's pretty high up there on this list. Whether that was one that people were buying at Christmas or whether that's one that came out well before, I don't know. But I'm not surprised to see it there.
Yeah, good games probably. 12. Up. Transformers by another Ocean game. In disguise.
Yeah.
Well, do you think like people Transformers generally must have been a big thing. Kids asking for them for Christmas.
Yeah.
Maybe people's parents buying this one for Christmas. I don't know if the game was any good. I can't remember playing
it being
the game.
Any good. I don't remember any Transformers game being any good back in the day. There were quite a few around on various platforms, and I'm fairly sure they were all disappointing. But again, that's a vague memory. I certainly didn't own this one.
Are there any good Transformer games ever on any platform? I don't know.
Well, there are some modern ones which have been okay, apparently, but not ones that I've played. But I think in general, to me, Transformers, considering how big and how we were all into it. I mean, I've probably said it a million times. I've still got my original Transformer sat up on the shelf there, the one that I was allowed as a kid. It was so huge. I'm amazed that there weren't more Transformers games, and B, one that we all remember as being good. It's a bit like Ghostbusters. That was a terrible game. Yeah, it was such a hit movie, and it inspired, tons of toys, and then the follow-up cartoons. And it's only really recently that we've had sort of some good Ghostbusters games.
Max Phillips from Your Sinclair said the game was slick but nothing new. The keyboard controls are awful, and the cassette inlay is diabolical.
In the days when you could review a game based on its inlay.
Yeah.
The cover was terrible.
Right. What's next?
Up again at number 11, Lord of the Rings, Melbourne House.
Was this the Tex Adventure, Lord of the Rings?
Well, I do remember there being a Lord of the Rings game, and I've got a feeling this is one of those ones that was in those black cardboardy boxes with a sticker on the front with the artwork. I've got a feeling it's one of those, like Dunderak and all those other sorts of games are sort of more expensive games. I think that's my only memory of it. And I can't remember whether it was a graphical or a text adventure. I actually can't remember, but I do vaguely remember it coming out and seeing it on the shelf,
A quick look, and it does look like it's it's a quick look. It's a text adventure with some images. I mean,
right.
Doesn't
show the box that it originally came in.
Box.
Is my imagination wrong? Is it a normal cassette?
I don't know. Can't see.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of brighter than what you kind of may have mentioned.
Okay, perhaps.
There we are. Next, come on, we're getting to the important ones now. Top 10.
Ooh,
top 10. This is what we were all really wanting for Christmas.
Wow, this is at number 10. So it hasn't gone up or down. So They Sold a Million by Hit Squad. Now, this is, I think, one that I had.
Ooh.
I think this was a compilation I had. I can't remember what was on it. They Sold a Million. Oh, I want to say it was like Daley Thompson's Decathlon and titles like that. They Sold a Million. I think that was.
Yes.
I think that was the titles that was on it. I'm not. If I had to guess, I think it was Daley Thompson's. It might have been like Ye Are Kung Fu or something. And man, I can picture
They
it.
Sold
I'm sure
a Million.
I had it.
I'm currently looking at. I'm trying to find it here. It looks like a Daley Thompson game. They Sold a Million. They Sold a Million.
Hit Squad.
Daley Thompson's Decathlon, Jet Set Willy, Beachhead, and the Staff of Karnak. No, that's the Commodore 64 version. The Staff of Karnak.
Oh, man. Don't do that to us. YouTube will kick us off for mentioning the C64.
Is it the same one? No. Spectrum 48K. It was Saberwolf. There you go.
Saberwolf. Right. Yeah, I do remember that. I did have that. That was how I had. Is it Jet Set Willy? Did you say?
Right. Yeah. Jet Set Willy.
Yeah, that was how I had. I didn't have that separately. That was how I got Jet Set Willy. Yeah, I remember They Sold a Million. I'm not surprised that's at number 10. That's a load of really
good pack.
Blimey, that is a really good pack.
Yeah,
Hit Squad. Yeah.
Next
one is down at number 9. Again, it's another game I'm not surprised is in the top 10. Is Back to School.
Yeah. So follow up to School Days.
Do you know what? I can't remember which way round it was, whether it was School Days first or Back to School first.
Well, it's got to be, isn't it? Back to School. I can't
remember.
That screams follow up by Microsphere. So this was a kind of what you might call a sandbox game nowadays, right? I mean, you'll just yeah. But what was the objective?
I can't remember. Was this the first one? Was this the second one or the first one? Did we establish this is the first one?
This is the second one.
Oh, this is the second one.
Gotta be with that name.
Well, didn't the second one have the girls' school in it as well?
Oh, no idea.
because the first one, you had to get through the day, didn't you? Basically, you had to change your report. I think you had a bad report. I think you had to get to the safe, wasn't it, the school safe, and change your report or something like that. I seem to remember.
Well, I'm very quick. Yeah, it definitely is the follow up,
It's
and
the
you are
follow-up, right.
right. You are right in its bigger play area because it
Yeah.
including a neighbouring girls'
The
school.
girls' school, because you could go over to the fence and you could kiss. There was this girl, I think your girlfriend or girl, you could kiss through the fence. I vaguely remember doing that. I can't remember the point of the second one, but I think the first one was changing your report or something. The second one, yeah, I can't remember what the point of the second one was, but I do remember it being a child. Then it was rather amusing to go and kiss a girl across a fence.
Oh, well, there you go. And it goes, elements added to Back to School include stink bombs. So that's one of the things I can remember. So, and I thought it was school day. So maybe I have played Back to School too, because I can vaguely remember stink bombs.
Right. You had a catapult in the first one. I remember that.
Yeah.
But they were great. I mean, I remember us playing that a lot. It was one of my neighbours played. It's another one of those when I played at my neighbour's house before I had a Spectrum. It must have been school days. And yeah, I remember playing that a lot. I remember it being really hard. But Back to School, the only thing I say I can remember is the kissing the girls, not surprisingly. That's all I can remember. I haven't changed, really.
Next.
Down one at 8 is Tomahawk by Digital Integration. Is that digital?
Yes, digital integration.
Do you remember
Yes.
Digital Integration?
No, and I don't know. So the Tomahawk.
Is this a flight sim or something?
Yeah. So helicopter flight sim. But the only thing I can remember, but then I thought it might have been on the Amiga. But I kind of remember a military helicopter flight sim, where you actually had this kind of magnifying glass type thing in the box, which was used as the piracy protection.
Oh, yeah.
The game would then something like ask you for, I don't know, line 6, page 7, and you'd put this thing over it, and it would give you a code or something, or you had to put it on the screen, right? or you put it on the screen to like. I don't know. I can't remember.
It was in 3 sections, and it folded, so it got the correct distance away from the screen.
Yes.
And then you put it on the screen, you look through the clear bit at the top.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah. And I don't know if that, I don't know if that was for the Spectrum or not.
Well, I know they had a game where you did have to use one of those things. I think on the Speccies, I seem to remember having it, but I can't remember what game it was.
Yeah.
It's like is it the capture system now where you've got to, how many bees can you see in this picture?
Yeah.
It's a bit like that, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Robot or human.
Click the wheels of the bus.
Yeah. So if maybe that's that game, I don't know. But it makes me think of that copy protection system. Next, what have we got next?
Down at number 7, we're getting pretty high up the chart here. Elite by Firebird.
Yeah. So,
Firebird. Now, that was a budget title, wasn't it? Firebird, didn't they do budget stuff?
So is this a re-release of Elite?
That's why I mention it. I'll bow to somebody else's more expert knowledge in the comments, but I got a feeling this must have been a other version of Elite that came out.
I don't remember playing Elite much on the Spectrum.
We've said this before. We played this on the BBC. Both of us played this on the BBC. I don't remember playing it on the Speccy.
BBC at lunch break.
Well, at school.
It's at school, but then I wouldn't have even played it much there either.
We didn't have time. But
but did it not pique my interest, which is strange because it's like a classic. This is like one of the best games ever, really.
Well, it is.
I don't know. Did that come out on the Amiga as well?
Yeah, what? It came out on everything, didn't it?
Guess so. I don't know. I don't think I played it on the Spectrum much. Would it be... Because how would you save your progress on the Spectrum one? And it's kind of a game that you need to keep playing for a long time, right? So maybe...
You can record on a cassette.
Yeah.
I didn't do that very much, though. I must admit, I don't remember playing many Spectrum games. I don't remember playing Spectrum games where I received my position on tape.
No. I can't remember. I can't really remember playing Elite on the Spectrum. Well, next.
You must remember playing this one up to number 6. Is Spellbound by Mastertronic.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Well, it's another platformer. I think Spellbound. In my mind, I'm picturing that you were a knight, or you had a knight's
correct
helmet on, a blue. You're sort of a blue-coloured knight. I think it's a sign.
Are you looking at? You just lined up a load of images.
You can see me on video. I do genuinely remember this one.
Well, the furious clicking at the keyboard was me looking it up, and you are absolutely right. Yeah,
I don't remember it
absolutely
being Mastertronic,
right.
which would mean it was a budget title. I thought this was a sort of a higher end title, but it says Mastertronic. But Spellbound was great. It did really well. I remember seeing reviews of it. I remember it was one of those games that was talked about, and not surprising, it's at number 6 and on its way up. So who knows? Maybe following month it was even higher.
Got music by Rob Hubbard as well, so it must have been brilliant.
There we are.
I just got. There's some games where I get this kind of weird feeling. I can almost smell it, but I can't really remember it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Well,
and that is one of the games.
We were 10. This is a long time ago. This is a really long time ago.
Almost 40 years ago.
Well, exactly. It's a long time ago, man. But I think Spellbound is one that we ought to cover. Let us know in the comments, guys. Should we look at Spellbound? I think we haven't done a Spectrum game for a while. I think we ought to look at Spellbound. Although we have got a Spectrum game coming up. We did review Chaos, so look out for that review. That's one of our game reviews coming up.
Yeah. Reviews stretching it.
Stretching it. It was,
we talk about it. The next one we've talked about and released an episode about, and it's a classic.
It really is.
And we know how to say the name of the publisher nowadays. It is
Durl.
Up to number 5.
Saboteur.
Yeah.
I was talking to Clive at the bar at the Crash event. Apparently,
your doppelganger. Clone. Have you seen that? There's a film on coming out. I don't know if it's coming out or is out, called "They Clone Tyrone."
No,
I want to watch that. Yeah, it looks good. They cloned Phil and sent him to the Crash event.
Yeah.
Saboteur. It's all about a West Country ninja.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's all about
Don't lie to everybody. Everyone knows this game is an amazing game, and it's on its way up. Look, this is up at number 5. This must surely end up at number 1. Surely.
Yeah. I mean, the vision of it and the kind of the depth and the thought to make this. It's a big game. There was nothing like it before this. I don't think. It was an amazing game. Amazing time to play that. Yeah, fantastic. Go and listen to our episode about it.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, we say all about it in there.
Yeah.
Well, this is up again. The next one is up, but number 4. This one does surprise me. I think this is the title I'm very confused about. When we're into the top 5 here, we've just had Saboteur at number 5, and you must be thinking, surely number 4 must be an absolute classic to have beaten Saboteur. Well, it's Winter Games by Epic's US Gold.
Yeah.
I have very little to say.
I mean, this was December. Everyone wants a bit of snow and skiing. Yeah, you imagine skiing back in '85. No one knew anyone who'd been skiing, right, in England.
Well, you were fairly middle class, didn't you go skiing?
No, of course he didn't.
Oh, yeah, we just established you were given crisps for tea at night.
Yeah,
I could go in your room.
No, yeah.
Crisps,
God, no.
go to bed.
No. No one knew anyone who went skiing, right? I mean, nowadays people you might know someone who goes skiing if you live in. It's still, even if you live in. I mean, in England there isn't many places you can go skiing, right? But I mean, anyway, that was the way to go skiing, was by playing winter games.
I really don't remember this.
Nah.
I don't remember winter games. I certainly wouldn't have bought it. Didn't interest me. I just don't remember it. But I do know that Epix then carried on with that series, because there was a few of them, and I think they were on other systems. I think the Winter Games series carried on into, I think, the sort of possibly the Mega Drive. I seem to remember there was a Winter Games that might have been by Epix. I might be wrong there. We are known for getting these things horrendously wrong. Sorry. But yeah, I don't remember this one, and I'm still really surprised this is in the top 5. I know what you say. I get it, the whole Christmas thing. Yeah, wintry sport thing, maybe, but I don't know. Number 4, especially when you see what number 3 is.
Well, and this is it. This is the important stuff now. The top three. Top three. Here we go. This is what you really wanted for Christmas.
Yeah.
If you were 10, 11 back in those days, these were the games you really wanted. Anything else was your mum and dad had probably made a mistake. They
and
bought
I would
you winter
say
games.
2 of them are the same. And this is what's really weird. That's really weird.
Yeah, that'd be a good one too. Go on then, what's in at 3?
Up at number 3 is Ye Are Kung Fu by Imagine or Imagine.
Yeah.
You take your pick.
Oh, I mean, this one was a classic, but I was much more into Where the Exploding Fist.
I was going to say, I did not play Ye Are Kung Fu anywhere near as much as the other fighting games that we've mentioned in this list. Yeah. But I think it must have been newer. Was this not the newer title compared to Where the Exploding Fist and International Karate? Was Ye Are Kung Fu not a sort of current title, if you see what I mean?
It was fast, wasn't it?
You'll have to furiously check on the internet.
Was this in the arcade?
Well, I think I can picture it as being an arcade game. I might be wrong. I know that I think this is one of the ones that did come out on the consoles. I got a feeling this was on the NES, which the other ones weren't.
Yeah, this
what
was.
Have you found out?
It was on the Famicom, NES,
There
arcade, MSX, BBC.
You see, that might have been why we bought it, because it was quite. I certainly remember buying titles that were on consoles, thinking, "Wow, that's from the Nintendo. Wow, that's from Sega." You know, a game that you were seeing in an arcade or on a console. If you didn't own a console, then to be able to get a game that was somewhere near to that. It's like when I bought Outrun. It's like, wow, I've seen that in the arcade, and I wonder whether there was a bit of that going on. People were buying it simply because.
Yeah, I think so. I think I see. I may have seen it on holiday in an arcade as well. But there was something about it. It was like, I think maybe the sprites were so small.
They were tiny.
Well, there was on the spectrum,
wasn't there? This was bridging that gap between the Where the Exploding Fist, which was that it's quite stilted
simulator,
one-on-one.
It's a simulation.
Yeah. Whereas Ye Are Kung Fu was more like Street Fighter in that you were doing ridiculously high jumps.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was more magical. It was more fantasy fighting. Yeah. I mean, I think Ye Are Kung Fu was very different compared to those other fighters we've just mentioned.
Yeah. So now we get to the strange.
It is pretty weird. This is pretty weird. I mean, this is the last 2 now, and one of them hasn't moved.
Right. Quite rightly.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, let me as well reveal the number 1 and 2 at the same time, I guess.
Go on then.
You do it. No, you do it.
I'll do it. Okay. Well,
you
number 2,
put more gravitas to it.
Oh, I'll put my gravitas on. Okay.
Yeah.
At number 2, and this is up. It's Rambo from Ocean, which means at number 1, still for the umpteenth time in a row, is Commando from Elite.
Yes.
Which they are I don't care what anyone says. They're basically the same game, aren't they?
they're basically Akari Warriors.
They are Akari. Why isn't Akari Warriors on this list? That would be hilarious. Akari Warriors
Or
3.
later, it was a Dogs of War on the Amiga. There was like an Amiga version of that sort of game.
Well, Secret Command on the Master System was also identical.
That's right.
I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, but wasn't that in the end just another name for Akari Warriors or something?
They might have done some. Anyway, suffice to say, it's a run and gun, but up the screen, basically.
Yeah, run and gun from above. And Commando I think it was Commando had like a grenade that you could throw.
Two buttons, you had fire and grenade. That's right.
Yeah, the animation was great with the grenade. And there's something like Rambo was just the same, but didn't have the grenade or something, or just didn't quite have as much as Commando.
I can't remember.
It's like if you're going to get one or the other, I mean, they must have sold so many, because it's like if you bought one, you wouldn't buy the other. You know what I mean? So
no, I mean, I had Commando. Yeah, I don't think I owned Rambo.
No, I can't remember. The only Rambo game I can remember playing is on the Master System, the one for the light gun, which was an Operation Wolf.
Was it Light Gun or something? Light Gun. That
was an Operation Wolf kind of clone, right? So
that rings a bell.
Commando, I remember playing. Rambo, I'm not so sure. But the style of game was, I like that. I was into those.
I can't help but feel Rambo is there for the same reason I was talking about with like Yeo Kung Fu. It was sort of everyone had heard about it. The film must have been out around this time, I suppose, for it to be up in the charts.
Well, a few months before, right? I mean, they would have cranked it out, the game out, since the film got released, I suppose. Yeah. But I mean, 1985. Those two films. I mean, I can't remember off the top of my head if RoboCop was 85 as well, but it's like,
I think it was
those two films, Commando, Rambo. Although again, 11-year-olds, we wouldn't have seen Rambo, surely.
But then we were saying that about RoboCop, which we just reviewed.
Commando, didn't we all like? It's funny because there was no YouTube in those days. There was no internet, but didn't every single kid know that whole scene of where he prepares his jacket and puts all the guns and the bullets and the knives in his jacket? He like opens it out, like his whole kit of weapons on a table, and gets prepared, puts everything ready. Can you remember that?
Yeah, just about.
Was that Commando? I'm pretty sure we all knew, or he had the jacket on and he was just clipping grenades onto it and stuff. And it's you think, well, how did everyone know that? Because we'd all seen the film. Was that part of the trailer that we'd all seen? Maybe we all saw it. 11.
The front cover as well of the poster or something.
Yeah, Arnie's there with the camo paint on his face, and I'm pretty sure
that was on the. I think it's on the poster, isn't it? That image. Yeah.
I think I mean, Rambo is probably the better film. I've not seen Commando again. I've seen Rambo.
This isn't based on Rambo, is it? I think this Spectrum game, isn't it based on First Blood? Part 2, sorry. Is it not? I was just looking here.
I don't know.
And I think it might be based on the second film.
Basically, they were what type of game's successful, easy for us to do, and we can just chuck a character on and make it look like Rambo. That was to just sell, but very strange that there was two games very, very, very similar with those two.
They were very similar.
So Arnold and Sylvester. So Schwarzenegger and Stallone battling it out on VHS and
I don't think Commando was based on the film, no. I don't think this game was based on the film, was it?
Oh no, wait a minute, you're right. Oh my word.
I don't think I didn't know that's what you were getting at. I thought you were just talking about the film in general. No, I think Commando is just Commando, isn't it? I think it's just it just happens to be. I think he is a
interesting.
commando.
But Commando, the actual film came out in 85 as well. Retired special agent John Matrix led an elite unit and has left the armed forces to live in a secluded mountain home. Oh, wow. So you're saying ZX Spectrum Commando had nothing. You're right. Of course. Wow. Well, there you go. That's my memories all like melted up, mashed together. So they didn't have Arnold on the front cover or anything like that. No. It's just a generic command. It's a generic Commando.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And the game doesn't follow the plot of the film at all.
Well, what plot? But I mean, it was great. This game was really playable. We should play this.
I remember playing Commando a lot at my neighbours, an awful lot.
Well, it was so it was an arcade game first. So this was in the arcades. So this is probably the original. Rambo is kind of like the copy. And it just coincidentally had exactly the same name as the film with Arnold Schwarzenegger in exactly the same year. What a coincidence.
Yeah, the two, as you say, the two top action film people.
What a surprising, innocent coincidence, isn't it?
Yeah, that is pretty amazing. But that, do you know what, as a top 5, apart from Winter Games, I'm pretty impressed with that. You got Saboteur, Winter Games, GR Kung Fu, Rambo, and Commando. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I'd play any of those. I'd be happy to play any of those apart from Winter Games, he says.
Yeah.
I'm not remembering Winter. Maybe it is great. There's got to be a reason it's there at number 4. We'll have to look at Winter Games now.
Yeah. I'd like to play Commando. I would like to play Commando.
I think we should. We ought to do Commando and Rambo and Ikari Warriors and decide which one's best.
But did Ikari Warriors come out on the Spectrum?
Yeah, I think it did, didn't it? I mean, I remember Ikari Warriors in the arcade because that was the one which had a rotary knob for your direction. So I think you could fire your weapon in any direction, which meant the transformations of that game over to the home computers and things, it didn't translate quite as well because you couldn't do that. Because there was an NES version. I seem to remember playing the NES version of Ikari Warriors and things.
Well, it looks like there was one on the Spectrum, so that sounds like a plan. Let's
do it. Let's have a look at Commando, Rambo, and Ikari Warriors and decide. You may find you hate all of them as usual, of course.
especially if Commando had nothing to do with the film.
Yeah.
What kind of script? What kind of storyline is it going to have?
Well, boy saves girl. I don't know.
Well, there you go. So that was it. That was the top 30 ZX Spectrum hits for Christmas 1985.
We think. That may or may not have been your Christmas hits from 1985. So, kids, do you remember what you got for Christmas in 1985? I certainly don't. I got no idea what I got for Christmas. It might have been a Zoids or something and a Beano.
I can't remember.
I'd have been a Beano. That would be about it.
I can't remember what I had for breakfast.
No, I suspect you got a packet of crisps and a Beano. That would have been it. There you are, folks. Well, let us know below. Do you remember any of those titles? You must surely remember some of those titles from that list of 30 hits there from the Gallup poll. Did you have any of those? And did you, honestly, do you remember getting any of those games for Christmas in 1985? We'd be amazed to hear. Please do like and subscribe. Yeah. It's entirely up to you if you like what we're doing. If you don't, what are you doing here listening to this and getting through a whole hour of us talking rubbish to only find out that you don't want to listen to any more of us ever again? But thank you for joining us all the same. We'll see you next time. It is, as we say, nearly Christmas. We might fit in another little one before Christmas, as the actress said to the bishop. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye, Chris.
Bye, Phil.